It's Chris, Overcomeronestudios. Just have a quick word of encouragement for you and me. Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall. So Arsenio Hall, reverse that. So Arsenio Hall conducted an interview with Eddie Murphy years ago. This was like in the mid '80s when he was at his highest peak of success. Actually, they were like both were the highest peak of success in the entertainment industry. Eddie Murphy had a string of movies, had just shot, and he was heading for more success. Arsenio Hall, had a great success with the Arsenio Hall show, and he had Eddie Murphy as a guest on his show, and Arsenio Hall asked Eddie Murphy one question I'll never forget, and I'm just paraphrasing. I don't remember specifically what the question was, how the question was related to him, but Arsenio asked him. He's like, "What do you think?" He asked Eddie Murphy, "What do you consider your keys to success? If someone's trying to get in the show business or the entertainment industry, or what would you say what could help them or would help them on their way to, trying to get into the industry?" And just in life in general, you're going for goals and Eddie Murphy said this, and we always think of Eddie Murphy comedy and, not really serious, not taking, we take lightly when not lightly, but we're not really accustomed to him in that fashion of some serious dialect. And this was like really serious, it really gripped me. Eddie Murphy said, and I'm paraphrasing, simple, don't have a plan B. He says, you gotta have a plan A, that's it. He says, because when you're on your way to your goals, or you're trying to strive for success or goals or something that you want to accomplish in life, he basically stated, if you have a plan A and that's nothing else, you're more prone to, and more, there's more of an intensity to fulfill and accomplish your goal because there's no backup plan. And I was like, whoa. So he said, basically, don't have a plan B. And for years, for me, I always had a plan A and a plan B, and sometimes a plan C and a D and a E, just in case it doesn't work out. And sometimes we can get that way. We'll say, well, just in case this doesn't work out, I'll have this to fall back on. And there are people in life, and when you just, do your research on business leaders and people that have accomplished, not just in business, but in different arenas of success stories, different success stories for people that literally had to start a business. They had no other choice. They were forced to start a business, forced to do things, do some things on their own, due to being pushed into a predicament where they had to. It was like they had no other choice. Like, if this doesn't work, I'm dead. And that's how you have to be in life, I think, and especially in times that we're living in now. You really can't afford a plan B anymore. You got to have a plan A and stick to it. Just stick to that one thing. So my whole objective of this post, or this, I don't want to call it a post, but just this message is, go for your goals. Go for them. You're not too old, you're not too late, you're not behind schedule. Just if you started prior or years before and it's still laying there dormant, pick it back up, start it again. Just pick up where you left off. My problem in life with me and my goals, and I'm transparent, I am on my channel, is I've always waited for someone. I've always latched on. I've always looked for confirmation, a pat on the back, adulation from someone, or confirmation that I was on the right track, I'm going the right way, or if someone else is doing it, maybe if they can give me a door, or just open the door a little bit, and I can get in there and show me the ropes, and take me under your wing, grandfather me in or whatever, and I can do it. But now, I don't think like that anymore. I had to mature because, first of all, I was let down by a lot of people because we're human. I've also learned that people are human and they have families, they have bills to pay. What I look like a grown man, what they look like a grown man throwing me over their shoulder and taking me to the promised land when I have my own 2 feet and I can take myself. So I had to learn, skip all this plan B, gotta have a plan A, and stick to it. And also remember with this one other thing I want to mention is that none of us were created to be one-dimensional. And what I mean by that is, the Father has blessed us, the Creator has blessed us with so much dimension in our gifts and talents and our skills and who we are as human beings. You don't have to stick to one route to where you're going. And if you are getting up in the morning, going to the job, or going to wherever you're going, or place of employment, and you hate it, you cringe Sunday night before Monday morning, you cringe at the thought of going to work, you get an attitude, you're aggravated, you're frustrated, you're going through the motions just for that paycheck, maybe you need to step back and look at what do you enjoy the most in life that you would do, something you would do, you wouldn't even mind, you wouldn't care if you got paid or not. And maybe that could be your passion. So sometimes we follow the paycheck and we get stuck into like those rats in the maze, or the mice in the maze, or they're just in a maze, in that little maze, and you drop them in there and they just run and never reach the destiny. And let me tell you something, society is set up in a way, our world is set up where they're either the haves and the have-nots. And I'm not measuring that just on economics. I'm just saying you have those who know what they want and they will risk their life to get it. They're so passionate and they know this is what I was born to do. They go for it, but by any means necessary, as Malcolm X would say, and they go for it and they get it. And you have others who kind of just follow the norm. Get up, punch the clock, do the 8 hour, come back home, do it all over again. And you slowly die inside. So, killing yourself. So, excuse me, again, if you have a passion, it could be cooking, it could be writing a book, literature, could be artistry, any type of art, music, painting, sculpturing. It could be maybe you might want to be a doctor. You may say, man, I'm 50-something years old, 60. I've always wanted to be what's the problem? Why you can't pursue it? What's the problem? Who told you can't pursue it? Is there some type of timeline or age limit set where you can't meet your goals? I don't think so. Now, society will try to deem you or human beings as you reach a certain age, 30, 40, 50, 60, certain things you can't do. That's insane. Don't follow that lie. Don't believe it. Whatever you want to do in this life, because you only have one, do it to the fullest. And again, you are not just one person to do one thing. You are destined for greatness. You are destined for many other things other than what you think you're supposed to do. You might be a doctor but want to be a cook. I've heard of stories where there's been folks that have gone to medical school, 10 years of medical school, and hated their job, but they want to be a chef. Or you might have, there's stories where I've heard of people who were janitors, worked in a high school or a grammar school or elementary school as a janitor for years and became a teacher. What's the difference between you and them? There is no difference. You have the same brain. Now, some of us in life have a rough start, or maybe start a little late. That's fine. That's no problem. I started a little late in life. But here's the thing. I started. And then there are times where I started and then I stopped and then I stopped. But I kept going. So I'm not there yet. I'm steady growing. I'm steady evolving. So yeah, just a little quick note to you. Continue to go for your goals. Pull it out. Your dreams, your visions, things you've written down. If you don't, you're not sure, write it down. Look at it, see it. Maybe you need to write it down, put it in your phone, and write it on your notebook or whatever. Things that you want to accomplish, and put it in your wallet, put it in your purse, and look at it. That's you writing that. That's not anyone else's. That's you. You'll be amazed at how much intent comes out of it, where you're like, wow. And discovery, self-discovery, you're like, wow. And we don't even know how much ability. I think there was a scientific, someone did a study that we don't even use like 75% of our total brain capacity. Because again, if society can get you to get into that rat race, the norm, punch a clock, do your 8, come back, do it all over again. If they can get you in that mindset and you stay there, well, that leaves more for the elite, for those who they're thinking outside the box. So take the limits off your own life and your abilities, because you are great. If no one else will tell you, and I'm the least of anyone that can tell you how to run your life, but I can encourage you to say, man, you are great. Find something that you love to do and do it. Because guess what? If you are stuck in the mindset of that 9-to-5 job, nothing wrong with a job. I have one. But I mean in reference to knowing that there's something else out there outside of these 4 walls, beyond the gate, beyond the fence. If you know that's something, if you've been having a nick, or something that has been, maybe that's your inner being telling you it's time for you to move forward. Nothing wrong with working, nothing wrong with employing a job. That's not what I'm saying. You got to do what you have to do. And some people are complacent with that. That's you. I'm talking about for those who maybe want to start a business, maybe want to be a clothing designer, maybe want to write a book, maybe want to direct a movie, write a film, be a dancer, pianist, I don't know. Only you know. Maybe you want to be a cook. Maybe you want to design clothes. I don't know. It's you know. I don't know. But I tell you this: you'll never feel at peace if you don't at least attempt. And it doesn't have to be a big hoopla, big major. I'm going to do this. You can start out small. And if it's for you, you'll watch it grow. It'll grow and it'll maturate on its own. It'll grow without you even putting a lot of effort into it. So just wanted to give you that encouraging word. Remember, you're more than one dimension. There's so many dynamics to you. Maybe you just haven't discovered yet. Take some time to discover who you really are and step outside the box. Go for your goals.